What's good, R&B Squad? This is Heart of Ruth. I trust that this message meets you guys in good spirits. If you're new here, welcome. We don't believe that you're here by accident. We're happy to have you, and Jesus is, of course, always happier. I feel a sense of excitement about this word that I'm about to deliver. I feel like someone has been waiting for this word. So it gives me great pleasure to bring this to you. This may bring some relief. You may have been talking to God about these very topics, okay? So you're going to know this is for you because it's going to bring some relief. And there are going to be details in there that are going to be striking, and you're going to know beyond a shadow of a doubt that this word is for you, okay? Because there were some things that the Lord really highlighted about what I was shown. Now, the first word, it is not in connection with the second word, not in my opinion, but for some of you it can be. And the first word came not through me, but through my mom. Some of you may already know that my mom is also prophetic. She also has the prophetic gift. And she doesn't always share what the Lord shows her with me. But whenever she feels moved to, it is usually because there is someone who needs to hear it. And this was one of those instances. So for whoever this is for, please listen really carefully. So in the spirit, my mom was shown a man. The man came to someone's family, particularly to the mom in the family. And it appeared as though he was asking the mom for someone's hand in marriage. Okay, he was asking her how to go about proposing to this person. But because of the fact that he was so excited, because of the fact that he was so overwhelmed and overcome with enthusiasm, he did not even make sense. What she said was that the words that he was saying, they were coming out. She knew what he was trying to say. She saw that the mom knew what he was trying to say, but at the same time, the words weren't coming out clearly because he was so overcome with excitement. Okay, it was almost like a frenzied excitement. And then he got into a car and he took off. And he took off with the intent of going toward this person whom he was going to propose to. Okay? Now, another thing that she mentioned that really stood out to me was the fact that this man mentioned to this woman, not to the woman, to her family, and to her mom in particular, that he had just gotten out of jail. Okay? So for whoever this is for, your person may not have necessarily been in literal jail. For some of you, he may have been, or she may have been, but your person may not have been necessarily in jail for real, for real. However, whatever they were dealing with had them bound and they felt like they could not get out of it. But they have been since released from that. They've been freed from it. And now there is this flood of excitement, this flood of anticipation about approaching you. And listen, they don't have to think about it anymore. They don't have to deliberate. They knew that the minute they got out of this situation that was keeping them bound, that they were headed straight to you. So this is not something that they have to think about, okay? This man not being able to properly express what he wanted to express to this woman's mother because of his excitement was only because of the fact that he was overcome with emotion. It wasn't because he wasn't sure about what he wanted to ask. So for whoever that is for, your person has been set free. The Lord has set them free, and the Lord is guiding them straight to you, and they're coming ready to marry you, okay? Also, for whoever this is for, the fact that the mom was highlighted, you'll know this is for you because you have a good relationship with your mom. Your mom is like your sounding board. And the first person that your person is going to make a beeline for, if they want to ask your hand in marriage, is going to be your mom, because they know how close you are with your mom. Okay? So I hope that that word brought some enlightenment to someone. I hope that that word made you smile. And now there's another word that may tie into this one, or it may not. It may be a totally separate word. This one is one that I was shown directly. This one didn't come through my mom. Okay? And for this one, the Lord led me to two scriptures. He led me to Psalm 127, verse 1. Except the Lord build the house, they labor in vain that build it. And also Matthew 7, 26 to 27. And everyone who hears these words of mine and does not do them will be like a foolish man who built his house on the sand. And the rain fell, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat against that house. And it fell, and great was its fall. So in the spirit, I was shown this gentleman. He was standing in front of a house. And what stood out to me, two things stood out to me about the house. The first thing is that it seemed to be in a very precarious position. I remember looking at it and thinking, why would anybody build their house there? It doesn't look safe. And the sky behind it was so overcast, and not just overcast. There was a little bit of sun trying to shine. It was like trying to shine its way through, but at the same time, you could see that it was overcast, and then the fact that it was overcast was overpowering the sunshine, which is so significant, and I'll explain why a little bit later down in this word. The other thing is that there was like nothing around. The only backdrop was the sky. There were no trees, there was no grass. It was just the sky, and that was it. And I remember looking at this place and thinking, wow, this place looks like some dark castle or some kind of dungeon. It doesn't even look like a home. It doesn't look like somewhere where somebody would be cheerful or happy, where someone would look forward to getting home after a long day. That was my thought. And the other thing was that the man was standing in front of it. It was like I was looking at this photo of him. He was standing in front of it, and he was smiling, but he didn't look happy. He looked like he was faking it, like he was forcing or feigning happiness. And he said, it's almost as if I could hear him saying that he was tired of living this lonely life, that he was tired of the fakeness of it, that he was tired of pretending that he was happy when he really wasn't. Okay? Another thing that was highlighted was the color of the house. The house was in pink, which was quite unusual to me, and I wondered why the Lord highlighted the color of the house, but this may be significant to someone. The house was pink, and it had white fascia and white trimming on it. Okay, so for whoever this is for, that may stand out to you. That may have some significance. But this is the house where the man lived. And he was just standing in front of it. It was overcast. A little bit of sun was trying to come through the overcast sky. The house itself looked like it was in a precarious position, like it wasn't a safe position for that house to be in. And then the man looked like he was fake smiling, like he wasn't happy. And then he also said that he was tired of being lonely. He was tired of faking. He was tired of only pretending to be happy and putting on a front when he wasn't. And then when I was watching this photograph with this man, all of this water started coming in like a flood, and it just washed over the house, and it started to rot everything. Okay? The trimming started to rot, and the fascia started to rot. The water just took over the whole house and wiped it all the way out. And when I woke up and the Lord expressed to me what this thing meant, when he explained it to me, someone's person, whoever you are, your person is feeling alone, and they're putting up a front to seem happy in whatever situation they're in or whatever situation they were in. This pretend life that they've been living, and whoever was a part of it, it has caved in. And remember, it was in a precarious position to start with, even before the water came in and flooded it and rotted everything. It was never in a safe position. Okay? So whatever they were doing, whoever they were doing it with, this was not of the Lord. The Lord did not build that house. And because of that, it has caved in. All right? And the other thing is that the person may not have been honest with you. Your person may not have been honest with you about everything. So they're about to come to you. They're going to come completely clean about everything. And some of what you learn may surprise you. So I hope that message blessed someone. And I will be back with another word as soon as the Lord releases me. Take care.